back to the Old Guy Network. I am the Old Guy, the OG, Jay, and nice to have you back here. Uh, Here I am at the Old Guy Network World Headquarters, tucked away somewhere in Maine. Boy, had a hell of a weekend. Yeah, we're still under lockdown, under quarantine like everybody else, but Maine and other northeastern states got hit with a really bad storm. Started, what was it, Thursday night? I don't know. Time means nothing anymore. We were without power for 36 hours here. Some people are still without power over 48 hours, 72 hours. It's really bad. It got ridiculous. During the middle of the storm, this is well, actually, when the snow stopped, this is what we were left with. That's my oil tank, and you can see all the down branches, and that was everywhere. Just horrible. We went through a pretty rough time, especially with no power. People are still recovering from this. I didn't shovel my driveway like I said I wouldn't, and now all the snow is gone. We're looking at it's about 50 degrees, and we have another storm coming. Should be here in just an hour or so. This time it's rain and high winds. Wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour, I guess. Looking forward to losing the power again. So I've taken a few precautions. One thing, I was lucky enough not to lose any of the perishable food that I had here. One of the tricks I do is I fill up water jugs or milk jugs and fill those with water, stick them in the freezer, and when the power goes out, well, those will keep your freezer cool for quite a while. And I just move all the perishable food from the refrigerator to the freezer, take out some of the frozen food. In a perfect world, I would take in some of the frozen food, put it in a cooler, bring it outside. But during the storm that we had, temperatures never really got below, say, 36 degrees, so nothing was frozen. Even sticking things into the snowbank, didn't really help. But I was lucky. I didn't lose any food, and I've just filled up a couple more jugs, and I'll put those in the freezer. Well, I did put those in the freezer, so if I lose power again, well, at least my food will be okay. But this is just the cherry on the crap sandwich, which is quarantine. I haven't thought about the coronavirus, COVID-19. I haven't thought about it in 2 days because I've had other distractions, like no heat, no electricity. I'm heating up my house with a little propane heater, Mr. Buddy heater. It works. Mr. Heater, I guess it's called. It's a big buddy. I have a little buddy out in the shed now. It works. I don't like using ventless propane heaters inside the house. If you're going to do something like that, don't go to sleep. Warm up the house. If you're going to go to bed or you're going to take a nap or whatever, turn it off and get a bunch of blankets, and you'll be okay. I have battery-powered carbon dioxide detectors in here, and so I'm not too concerned about it. But still, I got to come up with a better heating system. If I'm going to stay here in Maine, I've got to come up with something better that works during emergencies. Generators are nice. I really need to get one. If you don't have a generator and you live in the Northeast, well, you're under a disadvantage. You really are. And I happen to know somebody who specializes in generators. Hopefully we can get him over here and explain to people the advantages. I mean, we all know what the advantage is. Power goes out, kick on the generator, but they are so much better to have than a lot of other options out there. So maybe in the future we're going to do that. Right now, just if you're in the Northeast, do the best you can. Make sure you have your phones charged. Make sure that you have some kind of plan for lighting, whether that's a lot of batteries going into flashlights and lanterns and that sort of thing, or a bunch of tea light candles. If you're going to use candles, please be careful. If you have pets, candles, sometimes they don't go together. They cause even more problems. But, it's the time for preparedness. Everybody should have been prepared, long before all of this happened, but we weren't. And hopefully that serves a purpose, serves a reminder to everybody that, yeah, we really need to think about what could happen down the road. And this actually looks worse than it is. But we got all this snow within just a few hours, and it was wet, heavy snow. We got about 9 inches, I guess, but the equivalent to the 9 inches we got about a week ago, that was all really light snow. Because this had so much moisture in it, it's equal to about 18 inches, and it was just horrible. I'm just glad that most people were safe. It just proves that you never know what's coming. Yeah, the quarantine has been bad for the past few weeks, and people are starting to feel a little more normal, going outside more because the sunshine was coming out, and then we get something like this, and it's just, it's just, it's too much. And hopefully now that, I don't know. I mean, it is springtime, but springtime here, it doesn't really mean much. I've seen it snow in May. We're supposed to have snow again next week, but they're saying temperatures in the 50s. So I imagine that's just going to turn to rain, and that's just the way it is. And it kind of puts a damper on some of the stuff that I was feeling so hopeful about, that I could get into my shop and I could start building things and start making things and feeling productive and feeling like I'm doing something. And even making these videos. I couldn't make a video yesterday because I was trying to clean up what happened, a couple of days before. So I guess just try to think positive. Hopefully the corona quarantine will be up very, very soon. I've heard that governors in some states, in Texas, for example, that they're thinking about lifting the coronavirus barrier. Or quarantine. That would be nice, and other states follow through. People are going to be ultra conscious of it now, though. They're going to be very, very cautious. And I don't know. I just want things to get back to normal. I really do. Not even my squirrels are here, and I usually have tons of squirrels, but they're not even here. They're smart enough to stay at home. So it's I'd like to say that things are looking up and things are getting better. Tomorrow we're supposed to have sunshine and 50 degrees, and so for that I'm looking very very happy about, and I'm going to get back into the shop, and I'm going to start on some smaller projects. I've still got some people that want some squirrel tables and some squirrel sized benches and some squirrel feeders and bird feeders and bird houses, and those things are fun to make and they're nice, but I like to get into getting the rustic flags made again, and some tables and some furniture, and the good news about all this for me is I talked to my nephew yesterday, and he's got a ton of tools that he doesn't use, and he inherited these tools from my father when he passed away, and he came over with his daughter for Easter and visited with me for a while and said, I could bring all this stuff over, or you can come get all this stuff. You can use it. So I'm going to be able to do more projects in theory. So let's keep our fingers crossed, and I'll be sharing those with you too, because people seem to like the videos I do when I'm making stuff or showing you how to do stuff. Or the best video I've had on here so far is an unboxing video I did for the saw that I got a couple of months ago, so which really surprised me. So I'll do some more stuff like that, and I'll show you all the tools that he brought over. But until then, everybody stay safe. Practice your social distancing. Make sure you have some kind of mask to go into businesses. Some businesses won't even allow you in unless you have a mask, and that's just the way we have to do it for now. So be safe, be prepared for next time, and I'll see you next time here on the Old Guy Network. This is the OG Jay, and I'm out.